Papagena.
Potenti na poca!
This is the cinemas! Have some respect!
Ma che le cuore mupi? Si tratta!
Hush!
Tomato! Look at you!
You again!
Milano, papadan, okay.
Wow! Ciao, shish! Pure bacca la macchina!
That's it, buddy! You're out of here!
No!
Oh, les moupis!
Ah.
Papi! Stoppa!
Macarena, shush! No, quello di cazzi! Para tu, baracana!
That's enough, fella! Move that tookin'!
Les moupis!
Bello backflash!
Po, ta-to-to-to! Macarena, la pune
Oh, well, if it isn't Mr. Peanut again. Out you go!
Stoppa la Macarena! Buia la Punjabi!
They do not pay me enough to deal with this baloney. Get up! Get out!
Oh, c'est les pouillards! Bayou pudding!
Oh, shh! Shish, shusha!
Sniffa, les potes! Sniff, sniff, date!
Stoppa la Macarena!
Bow, 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 bow!
Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Talks Too Much.
Oh, la potaine!
Hello!
C'est les slippers!
Regardez! Ah non! Tocca tu!
Time to go, Gabby Goose.
Right there! Everyone in the city gets a shot at being sharp live on my stage! No, 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 no!
Don't you look so worried, face? I've got one for you.
Time to put your walking boots on.
Milano, papadan, okay.
Wow! Ciao, shish!
Well, good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Tonight I'll be carrying on with the Raven Claws, whatever they're called again. Talon Claws. Warp Talons, that's it. So that's what I'll be carrying on with tonight. But I have been busy during the rest of the week. And one of them I've built and painted and everything is a Hellcat with fully working wings, so they do pop out and everything, but I won't mess about with it tonight. But yeah, they do fold up nicely, and I've even managed to get the propeller to move on this one, so that's always a bonus. I've also been working on the Matchbox 1/72 Privateer. Now the only thing I've got left to do on this is the engine cowlings, so I've just got to paint them up once they're all done, as I've managed to find the instruction sheet, which I seem to have mislaid at one point, but then it's got to be clear coated and then that'll be all done as well. But on this one I've actually managed to use the original decals, which say they're a bit of a pain to sort out would be an understatement, because they were, the white staining on the back of them had to all be cleaned off of every single decal that needed to be put on. But other than that, it's come out quite well. Mind the fact that I forgot to put the nose weight in, but I managed to get it in the end, because there was enough point. Oh yeah, I've also got the undercarriage bay doors to put on this one. And then that one should be finished as well. We'll put you down there. So I have been doing a few bits on one of these other ones which I started last week, which was the one of the little fellas that I was doing it last week, and that was actually now that one's now finished. So I'm now starting on number 4 of these ones, and then we've got one more left to do after that. So hopefully with what I get done tonight, and then maybe do a bit more later on during the week, and then I'll get the other one finished off, and then hopefully next week we should be doing something a bit different. And hopefully if my little friend is finished and set his new computer up, we might have him on and we'll be doing something special with him, because we're going to do a build that's a what if but using Warhammer. So it should be interesting on that one, I think, when it gets done. But yeah, so I've done 3 of them so far of these. I've just got the bases left to finish doing the grass and everything that I want to put onto them, and the gravel and everything on them. I'll give you a better look at them when I go down to MatCam. Also, I've just done a bit more on this little Blood Angel, so that's a bit more been done on that one. So yeah, they're slowly coming together on that one as well. But yeah, I'm quite happy when these are all finished and off the bench, so to speak. Where's your feet? So yeah, we'll go into chat and see who's been in. So we've got Marcus Brun, the first one in, and that's saying evening Ross. Good evening Marcus, and welcome to the stream. And he's also saying evening all in chat. And then you've got Korra Pink saying hi to Marcus, and then Marcus Brun saying hi to Korra, and then we've got Michael Naven saying that's a mighty fine privateer, Ross. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's come out reasonably well for a Matchbox kit. I think it's a 1971 kit, so it's actually come out quite well. I mean, especially when you're dealing with the clear parts, and not exactly the thinnest of parts. They're quite thick and chunky. And then we've got Kevin Stevenson saying evening Ross, Korra and Marcus. And he's also saying hi to Michael. Then we've got Marcus Run saying hi to Michael and Kevin. Then we've got Korra Pink saying, okay, I'm getting chat coming up on my TV from a different person's live stream. Weird, but never mind. These things happen. Yeah, by all accounts, YouTube is having a few issues this evening. Don't know why, but at one point Mrs. couldn't actually log into her YouTube account. Why? Don't know. But I seem to have got on mine quite well this evening, so happy enough for that. So then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Michael and Kevin. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Arm saying hi Ross and chat. Good evening, Jacqueline, and welcome to the stream. And you've got Marcus saying hi to Jacqueline. So that's everybody caught up in chat for the time being. So I'll change over to the Mac cam. And we just have Jacqueline saying hi to Marcus. Wake up, Mr. Mousy. Here we go. Yes, we've got a slightly better angle with the Mac cam this time around. I've moved it just a little bit higher. So hopefully if I zoom in now, there we go. Real line the camera, so we've got a bit more. Come on, you know you can go down. So you can actually see a bit better what I'm doing. But yeah, there's. Oops. Move them legs out of the way a minute. 1, 2, 3 little dudes done, and legs. So you can probably get a better view now of him. I wonder if I turn the light. There we go. Have that light on as well. It usually helps. So yeah, that's number 1, the first one I completed, and that one's with the base all finished on it. And we've got the one that I started last week. He's now all finished and weathered up a little bit. He's got the blood all over his claws and everything like that. And then number 3. So he's all. Oops, I think we've got better focus now. So yep, he's got all his backpack and everything all sorted out. So that one's all done. So that's the first 3 of a set of 5. All sorted. So happy enough for that. Let's see if we can get this camera back into that position again. Seems to have gone a bit squishy. Yeah, wait a minute. I think that's a bit better. You can get a bit more bench view then. So yeah. So we'll carry on with this one. I've just done the gold part on it. Well, almost all of it. Just got to notice I've missed a bit down there. So, and yes, I'm using the holders again. We've got Korra Pink saying, these are the known issues. Here's what you might be experiencing. Unable to sign in or switch accounts. Unable to cast your TV or use the app on a gaming console. Left-hand navigation menus and setting menus are not appearing, not loading, no internet connection, error message when watching videos. Ooh. So then we've got Joel Grit joining us saying, hello Ross, how are you? And hello all in chat. I'm doing alright, thanks mate. Keeping the demons at bay, let's put it that way. So, yeah. All going reasonably well, I should say. And then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Jackie and Joel. And then Marcus saying hi to Joel. And you've got Kevin Stevens saying hi to Joel. Then we've got Jacqueline saying hi to Korra. And then Joel saying, hello Korra Pink. I've had those issues as well. Oh dear. So, yeah, I mean, there is a few issues going around at the moment. I'm sure they'll get sorted out at some point fairly soon. I mean, I had no issues going on. So, I was quite lucky that way, I suppose. Just that little bit down there I've got to go into. I need a boot heel to go around as well. So, I'm sure everybody's had, most people have had their din-dins tonight. So what have we all had? You got Korra Pink saying, Joel, YouTube knows about it and are working on it. Fair enough. And then we've got Ross, I already sent you. Had you set to go before they started? Yeah, but you didn't have my tablet set up though, did you, love? So I logged in on that just now and it's gone straight onto it. So they may have actually solved the issues, so to speak, but you never know. Okay. So again, I'll be using the Screaming Skulls for the little spiky parts that come out on the side. Now originally, as I said before, they are supposed to be metal, but I do them as bone or little horn type things. So I think they look more chaosy that way, if they've got like little outgrowths of bone or horns coming out of them. So as I was saying, what's everybody else working on? Anything good? What have you had for your din-dins tonight? Me, I had a slightly burnt pizza from my darling missus, but it still went down the hole. And she's gone, no, that's your job. And then hopefully has not had the internet error message again yet. Well, that's good. Well, I've had a reasonably fun day today. Had my eldest working with me again because he's now on school holidays. So we've been painting doors and undercoating woodwork. That's the little horn down the sides. Alright. So leave them to dry, and then we'll get the black metal for the movement parts where between the suit and the armour. Now this one I'm actually using the Aquas from Mr. Hobby, as I think I've mentioned before, where I normally use the Vallejo black metal, but because the place where I ordered it from, Halifax Models, didn't have any of the Mr. Vallejo in, he only had this one. He sent me that instead, which in a way I'm quite glad, because it's pretty good for a metallic black. I'm quite liking the way it actually lays down. So maybe from now on I'll buy these ones and may even give it a few other ones of go and see how that goes. Oh, is it gone down again? There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing now. Sorry about that, Kev. Yeah. Yeah, I have a habit of forgetting that people are trying to watch what I'm doing. And then move the thing closer into my chest and then forget that people are trying to watch what I'm actually doing. So I do apologise. Here we go, move a bit closer to people. You can turn that light off, hon. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting to turn the living room light off. It sometimes does help. Taking the backlight down. We've almost got this bit done. And again, I think these are mainly airbrush paints that I'm using at the moment for the metallics, like the black, and the paint I use for the piping, because I find it sort of just, it runs a lot easier into the grooves of what I'm doing. Well, I did ask what was on Bench and Belly for you all to answer, but nobody's answered yet on that one. Well, Jacqueline just has. The wife's blaming the cooker for cooking bad pizza. It always either overcooked or undercooked, even when you cook at the same temp on the time log. I think the reason why it went a bit overcooked this time around, because she had just finished cooking the kids' dinner and then put ours in. So therefore, with the oven already being hot, and because it's a fan oven, it sort of retains the heat. So it's probably because of that, it's overcooked it slightly, so to speak. That's that bit done. There's a decent gold that I've missed off doing. And then I should hopefully get these toe caps in, because in their wisdom they've made the little toe caps separately for these ones. I've just got to do inside here. I forgot to do. So in the front of there. Okay. I'll just have a quick look through the pile of begrudging bits. That bit. That's dead. Oh, there's one. Where's the other one? Here it is. Again, as I said, I use these little clips on and I still leave the piece attached to a bit of sprue. Just makes life a lot easier when trying to paint the parts up, I find. You do it that way, if you can get away with it, that is. Like on this one, the piece of sprue broke away, so I've actually attached it to one of where the claws are. And I think I did the same with the other one. Oh no, there's a bit of sprue still attached to that one. And you've just got the gold part to do on this. Getting it into that edge. I'm only using the side of the brush when it comes to doing these little bits, because sometimes if you use the nib of the actual brush, it can drag down onto where you don't want it. If you run the side of the brush down to it, it gives a nice clean edge where you want it to, like so. That's one of his little toe claws all sorted. I'll just grab the other one. There you are. And once these are dry, I can glue these into place. And look enough, just to make sure you don't get them mixed up to which side of which foot they go on, and have a little left and right marker on them. So then daft people like me don't get it wrong. Let's see. Yeah, quick catch up on, get this done and I'll catch up again on chat. These a couple of minutes to dry off a bit. Okay, that's that one done. So we'll catch up on chat and see what people are saying in there, shall we? Okay. And you got Kevin saying that's better, buddy, and then only thinking of others. Fair enough. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Art saying Betty was a prawn stir fry made by Kev. Yep, he didn't tell me that when I was in her hangout. So we've got Marcus saying Betty was making meatballs and mash but donated it to my neighbours who are renovating bench, slacking at the moment, so much at work, so I kind of drift off when I get home. That's fair enough, mate. If you're busy, you're busy. We can't all get bench time. I mean, there's days when I don't even feel like doing anything on my bench, so it just sort of sits waiting. It's not going anywhere, that's the main thing. You got Joel Grit saying Betty, I had hot and spicy chicken wings. Hot, yes, but not spicy at all. Oh, fair enough. And then on the bench, I am making very slow progress on the Tamiya Nissan Skyline R32 Nismo, but enjoying the journey. Oh, good. I mean, I don't build civvy stuff much, but I do have a couple of things that I have on the pile to do list, as I say. There's, I was going to do the Airbus, but I was going to do it in military markings. But I've decided I'm going to do it as a British Airways one, just to keep a certain person happy. But she's not in tonight. Korra Pink, Ross, it happens when you cook it too. Even cooked it for less time as the cooker was already heated lots. And you got Kevin Stevens saying, fan assisted ovens always cook quicker, Korra. If they say 30 mins, always check after 24. And you got Korra Pink saying, I know, Kevin. Always on a fan cooker. This is one, it's just a pain in the butt. Only does it to pizzas long. Yeah, it's just the missus cooking. And then Kevin saying, that's crazy, Korra. So we should be able to clip these bits off wherever I put my sprue snip. So, there we are. Just close you up for a minute. And take that bit off. Out. And which one's screwing? And okay, there is. And that's that one off. Okay, so we should use that one. That's the little left leg one. Just need a tiny bit of clean up on that. Get some sticky stuff. Sticky position. Like so. Stuff on that one. Sit in the right place. Doesn't help when it gets stuck to the TV. Okay, that's it. Okay. So that's his little claws in place. Move it up. So we've got his little claws in place on his toes. So we've just got the base to do a little bit of work on. So I want that's that Rune Lord. No, not Rune Lord Ross, it's not the one. It's that one. That's it. And it's the Iron Hand Steel. He's actually standing on a piece of steel work. So we'll do that one there. Wait. Bit. Now I might go over, well, dry brush some of the red or blue on top of that, I think, at some point when it's dried out a little bit. Probably the blue. So I think it just looks as though it's more part of something that's been destroyed. And by the looks, it's supposed to be part of the hinge of a door. And something along those lines. And panel. I should have really done that before I put the claws on, but never mind. Can still get to it. Well, it's always handy for brushes that have got like long bristles. You can gives you that little bit of extra reach when you do silly things like putting the claws on him by mistake. You should do extra on the other bit. That's that bit done. So now I need the Mechanicus Grey. So I need to do the base section. You know what they're saying? Mrs. Sands says, like, you sound like you need your inhaler. I probably do, love. It is behind me somewhere. That's Celestial Grey. Moonfang Steel. Now, where is it? Administrator Grey. That's the one I want. A minute. Oh. Yep, that's it. It's dried out a bit, that one is. Strange. Oh, where's a stirry stick? Yeah, that's not looking too hopeful. Yeah, that's one really. Ew. I understand that because it's. Where are you? Let's see if I can work this down a bit so I can use it. This is basically just distilled water that I mix into it. Hopefully that should make down enough so I can actually mix it in a bit again. Yeah, there we go. Yep. This is one of those paint colours that I don't use a lot of, really, unless I'm doing stonework. I think I'm going to have to invest in one of those little paint mixers at some point. You got Mrs. saying, you sound like Darth Vader, lol. Yes, I'll get my inhaler in a minute, love. That mix it down nicely now. Put a bit more. Doesn't take a lot. But it sometimes pays off to go through your paints every so often, especially with the Citadels, because they are known for this sort of problem through the design of the lid. And if you don't keep an eye on them, or don't use them for a long time, then they can sort of dry out. It'll take a little bit to revive back. But that seems to have almost done the trick. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to invest in one of the little paint stirrers at some point. One of the little electric ones. There we go. Right, now. So we should now be able to use that. Or we go from a congealed mess to a usual paint again. So it's always handy to keep a little drop of bottle, something like that, just full of distilled water, i.e. boiled water from your kettle. And it breaks it down nicely. Just don't try not to put too much in. Otherwise you could just thin it down way too much. That lid's actually not all flat. Okay, might as well do it while I'm here, while I can. There's a little trick you can do with these bottles, especially when it comes to cleaning out the lids and the lip from it. So to clean that out quickly. That's it. And you see it's dried up fairly well around there because it's coming breaking out fairly easily. Now, on the inside edge here, with citadels, we'll get paint that builds up around there, on that clip part. Now, to help clean it out, if you get the lid in the right position, you should be able to do that and turn the lid inside out. So it just literally pops it up, and then all you do is you pull that off, and that's the part that's actually blocking the lid from going down properly. And you should be able to clean all that rubbish out quite happily without too much problems after that. And it's all congealed up there because it's dried out. So we'll get all this lot cleared off before we put this one away again. And it should literally all just pull off like so. And that's just a quick and easy way of cleaning out your lid tops. As I said, it's a known design fault with the Citadel paints, and you can spend a lot of money on these paints after a while, and once you've opened them and it starts clogging up, you run into problems like this where they get overly clogged and they end up drying out. And for what they charge you for these paints, you would have thought they'd swapped over to the dropper bottles, but no, I think that'd be asking too much. I think it'd be nice if they did. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, because I think they know that they make too much money when you keep going out and replacing and buying new ones all the time. So I think that's one of the reasons why they've stuck to this style of tub. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are nice little tubs. They come in handy when you've emptied them and cleaned them out. There we go. Take all that dead paint off, like so. Once you've done that and cleaned up your bench afterwards, because you will get crap everywhere. Normally I do it on a paper towel, so it's all caught onto that. You just literally push it back like that and make sure that little tag is back out and free. That's wet paint as well, that's good. Push it back on your tub and then close it up, so then you've got a proper seal. back on your tub again. So yeah, it saves you having to struggle digging around the edge when it's still on the position. So yeah, that one will probably need cleaning out in the next couple of days or so. And I think there's a, yeah, that one, yeah, that's well and truly clogged up. I'll have to remember to clean that one out before I put it back on the shelf tonight. So yeah, just a quick and simple little tip for you, that is. That's how I clean all my Citadel tubs out. And I do them at least once a month for ones that I'm using regular anyway. Okay, so that's that. Now we want some white and white scar, I think is Korra's white, should do trick. So I'll be dry brushing this. It's almost like a grey white, is Korra's white. I'll be dry brushing that over the stonework at the bottom. So all around the base here, just to give it a bit of texture. Just need a little bit on the brush. Get a bit of scrap of paper. And you just literally rub it on. And I said I'd get a bit of red or brown. So red or blue for the metal work. Just to give it a sort of like, the edges are a light tint of what I'm going to do with it. So you can get a cracked blue, so it's almost like then yep, and that's another one that's dried out. Yep, because the lid's gone there. So that's another one I have to look at. We do have another one here. Hopefully that hasn't done the same. Oh no, that's all right. But yeah, that's going to need cleaning now as well. I'll use another dry brush. I don't want too much of it on again. And what I want to do is just go over the stonework. Metalwork, I should say. I want the metal to go through on it. So that's then I'm going to use a Korra green shade, or Sierra green shade, I think it's called. Yeah, Korra green shade on it, over the metalwork as well, and I'll go over the stonework with it as well. So I'll do that whole section at the base of it. You can just see that the blue, it's taking the hint out of the metal part of it. But we'll go over the green, so it just gives it a bit more of a depth colour. And then once it's dried, I'm going to go over with a bit of the Agrax Earth shade over the stonework and everything, and over the whole section. And then on that, once that's gone and dried, it'll darken it down a bit more. So you can see, oh, that lamp's gone, that's why. Wonder what people can see. Oh, the camera as well. Down. Come off. Which cock level? That's it. Ooh. There we go. Back on again. We have some light, extra light again. So yeah, just gonna sort of like darkened it down so it looks like a bit more that was once painted metal. Then it's going to go darker. So I want that to originally go a lot darker on the stone or the gravel at the bottom there. So I'll go over with Agrax Earthshade, and then go over the top of it, the whole of it again, with Newlyn Oil to give it a dirtier look when it's finished. Give that a couple of minutes to dry off. We'll do part of the body, I think. Well, mind you, we've got the excuse me. Yeah. Moan at me again. Which drawer are you in? Yeah, hopefully I sound a bit better now. Well, I will do in a minute anyway, hopefully. You never can tell. So move that back up a minute. So, next part, what I can do is there's some little pipes that run on the edge here. Now, I've been using green stuff paint. Close that down for a second. And I'll make some green colour, I think. That's aqua turquoise, blue, and violet. That's not what I want to use. I'll give him a purpley one, I think, this one. So again, this is a green shade, well, green stuff, and it's another airbrush paint. So I'll be using that one again. Refresh that. Let's see. We've got Jacqueline at Crochet Art saying, "Sorry Ross, I'm off to bed. Speak soon." Alright, love you, take care, have a good night. And then Korra Pink saying night to Jackie. So one thing I like about the green stuff, as you can hear, they have a little mixer ball in them. I think Vallejo started doing the same thing now, where they're putting the little mixer balls in them, which come in handy. There we go. Don't need a lot of it. And the brushes I'm using tonight are called Tri-Grip Detailer, and I got these from ABC Brushes, which I think you've heard me mention before, and they can be found on Facebook and on the Tinterweb. And for value for brushes, especially with me using them for metallics, I find that for value for money, they are great. I think you get a set of, I think it's 9 brushes, the Tri-Grip ones. So 6 or 9, one or two anyway. And I think they cost me $6.99. And they are, as I said, good value for what you get. And the only reason why they're actually a lot cheaper is because they're actually classed as seconds brushes. It may be because there's maybe a chip out of the paint there, or there'll be a dent in the ferrule, or there might be some slightly different coloured hairs in the bristle. but then they're classed as seconds brushes, so they don't actually so they've just put them through cheaper, which is always good, especially when it comes to this hobby. Always good to have a ready supply of decent brushes that you can get a hold of. I mean, when it comes to Citadel paintbrushes, I find that they are overpriced for what they are. I mean, I'm not overly keen on them, sadly. Especially if you use like an oil paint or anything like that with the Citadel brushes. Now, the bigger dry brushes, these ones have solid handles, but with the other Citadel brushes, which is like a black one, but they're very thin plastic ones, if you're using like a white spirit to clean your brushes afterwards and then use a brush cleaner after that, you'll find that the actual handles start melting. That's what I found anyway. So I basically just don't use them. So I just find they're absolute cat. And well and truly overpriced for what they are. I'm not sure if I've actually got... Yeah, there's one. As you can see, they're very bendy as well. And yeah, I don't rate them very much. And that's supposed to be one of their starter brushes. So yeah, they generally just go in the drawer. Because I did get some of those brushes with my Mortal Realms magazine and my Imperium magazine, the one that I'm actually slowly collecting again this time around. And yeah, for the value for what they cost, they're just not worth it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I like the paints. I think they're great. The opacity of the paint, brilliant. Design of the pot, not so good. Other than that, yeah. But I mean, like most people who do Warhammer, you expect to pay a higher price when it comes to the paints. It's the same as anything else with them. Once it's got their name on it, it's dearer for some reason. It's like the snips. They look great. I mean, I do like them. But when you're coming up to snipping off like the smaller parts, you don't want to be using these. As I said, they look great with the nuts and bolts and whatever, the little bits there in and that lot. And they are very comfortable. But what I found with these ones is there's a lot of play on the actual arms with these. So when you try and cut anything, the blade actually folds under for them. So they just don't, they end up leaving chunks on the actual piece that you're trying to cut off neatly. Now for minor detail stuff, I use these ones, and there's absolutely no play whatsoever in those handles. And these are from Dave Coley, believe it or not. He's another online seller, very good value for what they are. And I think I got sent these free to test them out and see how they go. And that was at least, what now, 2, maybe 3 years ago. So I got sent these. And I think he now sells them for about 8 or 9 quid a set. So they are very good value. And we've got JC Bricks and Builds in saying, evening Ross and everyone in chat. Good evening James, welcome to the stream. Late as ever. Nice of you to finally show up. And then we've got Joel Grit saying hello to JC Bricks and Build. So yeah, that's them ones. I do have a pair of God Hands. I actually inherited them. One thing, I wouldn't pay the price for what it costs for these. And like most people say, never use these on thick sprue, because you end up just mullering them. They're great for close-up work and detail and stuff like that. Now, I got given these, and they do need a little bit of a sharpening for them, so I'll get that done at some point. But yeah, very comfortable, and again, there's absolutely no play in the arms, so they stay solid and they don't fold over on each other, which is what you expect for the price you pay for these things. But as I said, I inherited them. I mean, I do have other like little cheap sets like these ones, and again, there's no play on them, and yet they work brilliantly. And I think they cost me about £1.35 from AliExpress. So, and then for me heavy duty stuff, I use Zurons. Now these things will cut through wire and all sorts of stuff. That's what they're designed for. But they handle nice thick sprue and go for it quite easily and handy. So yeah, I've got a number of different snips and everything that I use. Yeah. Sure, now this is almost dried up, but we've got a little bit of tying up to do on the blue. I've gone over the gold. I'll just clean that up. Well, we can still get to it easily enough. It doesn't take long to do. Okay. You actually missed a little bit there as well. Yep, I have. Just missed a little bit for the gold there. Well, that's it. So what I'm doing here is just literally going around and up the edges of where when I was doing the gold that I've actually run onto the blue. And just tidies it up, and it's gently touching up through it. And it just makes the gold stand out a lot better because it brings it all nice and sharp and neat. There's lots of little different nicks that come out. That's why I've actually run onto the blue. Brings that up nicely. Just a bit there. We've nearly got it all. Just a little bit down there as well. we've nearly got the whole of this done out. Make sure. I think that's right. Okay, now I've missed a little bit of the gold work, so I'm going to have to just touch that bit up there. You've got Kevin saying hi to James, and you've got Joel saying hi to JC Bricks and Builds, and he's saying, "Oi, cheeky git, better late than never." Well, yeah, I suppose so. I'll let you off on that one. And then you got Kevin saying hi to James, and then you got JC Bricks and Builds saying hi to Kevin. You got Korra Pink saying hi to James, and he's also saying hi to Korra back. Oh, excuse me. So we've tied up all the edges now on that. Now the only parts I've got to do next is I'll use the Rune Lord brass, wherever I put it. There it is. Now on the actual pipes, there is a little connection part which is just there. Now I'm going to bring that detail out by just going around with the Rune Lord brass. And you'll see when it's done. Use up, mix the paint up. There we go. Now originally this colour is supposed to be for Necrons, but I find uses for colours everywhere. There we go. That's that one. There should be another little connector there. Ready to run into a soap, so I'll leave that as it is. Now, over the bone section, which is these parts here at the edge, little claw type things. Oh, I'm going to be using the technical paint Tesseract Glow. Now, I like doing this because it makes it look really sort of like fetid and horrible, which is what we want for him being a chaos thing. And to the other side. There we go. They're now like a little glowy greeny colour. By the time I've actually put the washes onto over the top of them, it will dull it down a little bit, so it's not too bright. They should then hopefully look a bit like that one when it's finished. So you've got the green in the background, it's a bit subtle. You can't really see it on camera sadly, but there we go. That's that bit done. Now I decided I'm going to use some of the Reichland Flesh Shade. This for me actually gives it like a dull rusty look, or adds a dull sort of like rusty look to it. There we go. That's that done. Okay. So now we need the Agrax Earthshade. So this one, which will go with the stonework at the bottom. And that should be the base stones done. Now, once I've got them in, we'll get that all dried up. I'm going to be using the Reikland Flesh Shade over the little green horn parts when they're fully dried, and then I'll go over with non-oil, and it gives it like a really dirty and reddish gore look on it when they're actually done. So they look, as I said, like the horns on that fella. Can't really see it because sadly the light wasn't fully charged this evening, so you can't get the full brightness out of it. And I don't think, oh, it might bring it up a bit better. I'll bring that over. Like so. Nope, that's not plain ball. Anyway, there we go. Might be able to see a bit better there now. But yeah, you can get like a blood wash all over the horns, and it makes them look a bit dirty, and then you go over with the noon oil, and it sort of just weathers it down a little bit. And again, I've got to go over that one as well. I'm thinking about it. That's something I forgot to do on this one. And once it's dried, I'm going to add, sounds like the kids are messing about upstairs. Where some of the little cracks and that lot are in the metal, I'm going to add some of the Tesseract Glow to make it look as though they're infected. So the cracks and everything like that, they'll all get Tesseract Glow wash over them, so just helps a little bit to it. Basically what I've done on this one, so it looks like the infection is actually going up through just that metalwork and the stone. So yeah, there you got JC saying hi to Korra. So that's the metalwork and everything all sorted out. So it's just giving it like a burnt effect, blue metal at the base. That's what I'm looking for in the end. And it's got like different washes, it's just all blended, so it just looks, yeah, oily, dirty, messy piece of metal that's come from a Space Marine vehicle, been burnt and charcoaled and left broken on the ground. That's the general idea anyway of what I'm trying to do. So next will be the body. So I'm going to have to go back to the gold again. And that's the Balthazar gold that I've been using. There. Okay, now for his 2 belts, actually got the gold to do it, and we don't keep forgetting when I do this part. Let's go around that back little piece. A little bit at the front there. Go around that piece like that. That's that bit done. Now he's got some belt straps that go over here and around there, and all around there. There, and there's a couple of there's a little pipe there, and there's another one. No, that's actually part of the gold work, so we'll get that done. So we need black metal again. We've got some grills in that, in it, on the front. Just got that little bit in there to do. Go around his belt. So that's all that part done nicely. And while the purple's still a bit usable, let's got to do these pipe works here, because they connect to his backpack. So okay, and we've got the pipes on the pipe on the front here. That's them done. Okay, so then we need the iron hand steel, if I'm right. Yep, that's one. And I'll be using this for the belt. Strap, sorry, on the uniform. So, there's actually a piece of the black metal piece that I need to do as well. I've missed that. I'll go back over that in a minute. Onto there. And we should get to the other side of this one. The underside of the top one to do this side. And again, I'm not too worried about if I do go onto the blue and like that, because all I'll do is I'll literally work the blue back in to the edges of it again and tied it all up. As you can see, I'm actually using me blue tack sticks again. I did made the mistake of trying using the white tack, and yeah, that just didn't work. It just kept falling off. It's not nowhere near as good as the original blue tack, so gone back to using blue tack again. More expensive, right? But yeah, I didn't think much of the white tack. And there. I think we're winning on the body now. Okay. Go around this edge of it. And there we go. So that's the body almost completed. And go around this little star shape that he has on his chest plate. You can see it's going. Can't really see it that much, but it is. The detail's coming out in it, so it's going to be hopefully like the rest of them. But he's just going to have a different colour pipe, that's all. Now, I do need the gold quickly again, because I've forgotten to do a bit again. His belt buckle. Get that done. Noon. Oh, there we go, belt there. Somehow picked up a stray hair on me. And my finger there. I'll get rid of that in a minute. Yeah. It's gone. Okay. So yeah. But it's coming along. Got the belt buckle done. All the way around and everything. So I've got to go around blue just to touch up where I've caught it. And we've already got some of that in here. That's one of the reasons why I've only given it the one coat at the moment until now. So I know if I go over it, it's going to give the second coat. It comes up all nice and shiny. So done. As I said, it just helps tidy up the edges, like so. And just gives those nice crisp clean lines. I prefer. But most people say, oh well, it's a Chaos Space Marine, so why making it all clean and detailed? Because I want to, really. I like them that way. So I think these were at some point, once in time, they were Space Marines, but they've been corrupted by the forces of evil, as they say. And just the black metal into the middle of it, and then I'm going to go around with the Lunar Shield again. Put that in there. There we go. A little drill in the middle there, done. Now, I'm going to give him a little gem on his belt, but I need to just touch around where, again, it's like this little insignia here, little sundial sort of thing. I need to just highlight that out. And the top of the brush gently over. I'm not pushing down too hard. That way you just generally control the surface of where it's going. Now, as I said, I was going to give it a little gem. So what I want to do is get the clear red, which is that one. Yeah. And then we'll get a healthy dollop on there. And just go literally dab it from the tip of the brush. And hopefully you get that effect where it's like it just bulges out slightly. And you get nice little red gem sort of thing, looking thing on the actual tip of it. So now we've got to leave that to dry. Put that there for the time being. That can go away. Oh, blimey, is that time already? It's nearly past. So I think we're going to call it down the legs. And my back is beginning to sort of like play up a bit more. So I'm going to probably call it a night tonight now. I know it's a bit shorter than I've been doing lately, but at the moment I'm going through a few back problems. Hence the reason why I've got to go for an MRI scan tomorrow evening. So that should be fun. Probably end up having a snooze for 20 minutes or so while I'm in there. So I'll go back up the face cam. I'll quickly just show you where we've got up to on the legs. So, if anything, I'll just quickly attach that to it now. It should be able to come off. That's it. And we should be able to attach this one, the body, to it quickly. Let's go around with some sticky stuff. And we should be able to load you onto there like so. Get on. There we go. So that's the legs with the body attached. We've not done too bad. We've done about just under halfway, I think, really. So we've got the two arms and the head to go onto it and the backpack. So yeah, I think it's he's looking reasonably good so far. I'm happy enough with him anyway. So yeah, that's where we're up to on that one. And oh, sorry, Michael. I'm sorry, but even Mrs. TV's gone down. Sadly, we're about to finish, and you've just joined us back at the end again. We've got some base camp. So yeah, thanks for everybody that's watching tonight. Please hit the thumbs up, be much appreciated. Just helps with the if you enjoyed the stream, just helps with the actual figures, as they say. So yeah, I mean, sadly I can't sit down for too long because my back, because I've got to hopefully when I go for the MRI tomorrow, they'll be able to give me an idea of what has been going on with it. But yeah, can't guarantee on that one. So if all goes well, I should be back streaming on Saturday. If not, I may end up being dragged into hospital and doing whatever they do so they find something on my spine. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So all I can say to you tonight is take care, stay safe, and happy modelling to all of you. Bye bye for now.